understand why maybe they're getting these arbitrary headaches or new allergies. And I hear from people, gee, I never used to have an allergy, but now I seem to be more susceptible to different things. And then when you start questioning a little bit more, I say, well, just look. No, maybe not. But if you've got mold on the outside of your house, like on your roof, if you're in a wooden area, you probably have some mold on the inside of your house as well. So that's one of the big problems that we seem to be having with folks nowadays. And I encourage everybody to look under your counters or your cabinets, wherever you store some of your cleaning supplies, and just look at some of the ingredients. A week or so ago, a woman texted me and she sent me a picture of this citrus cleaner that her supposedly clean housekeeper that comes once a week to do her house was using. And she said, Dr. Marie, how does the ingredients on this look? And I was like, just the first one says mildly hazardous. Well, if they have to say mildly hazardous, it might be something that you don't want to be using in your house. And then we went down the list, and one of them was an orange fragrance. Well, we all know from using our doTERRA Wild Orange that there's no proteins in it, there's no synthetics in it, so we're safe to use our orange. So look at what's in your house, just for kicks and giggles, and you might want to go through and start cleaning out, and this is part of what we're going to do. And some of what you want to look at is like phthalates and PVCs, known across the board for liver, kidney, lung issues, fertility issues. A lot of these chemicals that are in it are hormone disruptors. So when I look at thyroid issues, certainly autoimmune and fertility issues, a lot of these hormone inhibitors that are in these cleaners are prime candidates for what you want to get out of your house.
What did you call it again? PVC?
PVCs, yep.
And what's the other one? Can you spell the other one?
Phthalates, PHALATES.
Phthalates, okay.
Okay. Now, none of us probably have fluorescent in our homes anymore. I don't know if anybody in their shops or garages or things like that, fluorescent lighting, because we know how toxic the mercury is to us. But we also want to look at, I'm just going to ask a question here actually. What kind of pans do you people cook with?
I have the new granite looking one. I don't know.
What's it made of?
I don't know.
Perfect answer. I need for you to look and get back to me, my dearest.
How would I find it? On the bottom of the pan?
Yep, you could. Or if you have the name of the company, search the company, because we know that even if they have an aluminum lining in the bottom of it, Alzheimer's, right? Tinfoil. How many of us use tinfoil? I do every now and again. Same thing. And what happens is, as it's getting heated up, it vaporizes into our air and into our food. Now, I don't know about you, but the thought of having Alzheimer's is not very exciting to me. So we really need to look at aluminum products. I mean, when I did that deodorant class, we talked about it right in our lymph system, in deodorants and stuff. But we really need to think about aluminum in our cooking pans and in aluminum foil. So benzenes is another neurotoxin. It also affects our bone marrow. So we find benzenes, which is really interesting, in dirt, because a lot of the chemicals that are getting sprayed on people's lawns, nobody wants mosquitoes around, right? We live in the country, we live in the woods, but not everybody, but many people are spraying their lawns. You are walking on it. You're bringing these benzenes into your house, okay? And then they're just sitting there. You're walking around on them. Liver toxic, kidney toxic, lung toxic, okay? So not only for cleaning, which would help your cleaning, but take your shoes off at your door. If, you know, particularly this time of year with people spraying their lawns and that kind of stuff, you know, it's all chemicals. So one of my favorite things, how many people like the smell of a new car?
I do.
You do? Anybody else, Marion, do you like the smell of a car?
No, not really.
Well, they're called VOCs. It's volatile organic compounds. It's made of arsenic and all these wonderful neurotoxic chemicals. Sorry,
I
Mary.
don't get that too often anyway.
Yeah, good. So, yeah, so that new car smell clearly has arsenic in it, but degreases. I'm guilty of having mothballs in my house. It reminds me of my grandmother, but they're so bad for you. Dry cleaners is another one. So if I take something to the dry cleaners, I'm going to hang it somewhere down cellar or outside rather than hanging it up in my closet that's generally by our bedrooms and let the fumes of the gases get out of the clothes before you bring them back into your house. Because, again, neurotoxic. So, cosmetics. I get calls all the time, not all the time, but a lot, about cosmetics because, you know, here I am in the health field trying to get people's houses healthy under their cupboards and everything. And we're putting all of these you know, products onto our skin, largest organ being absorbed into our skin. So the same with the chemicals that we're using to clean our house, they're all still being absorbed. But think about the chemicals. I just got involved with that crunchy makeup that Kat's involved with. Fabulous makeup. No carbons. How many of your mascaras have carbons in it and you're putting that metal right into your brain? You know, so we have to start thinking of everything because remember, 80% of our health is environment and choice. When I remind myself of that, it really makes me take stock in what am I using? What am I putting on my body? What am I going to have to detox later on, you know? So BPA we see on plastic bottles and plastic containers. BPH free. We have to be looking for these labels nowadays because at least there's an awareness of the toxicity of these plastics. BPA is a real toxic chemical that we find in plastic products, plastic plates, things like that. So everybody, we hear about dust. Now, I'm kind of a cleaner, so I hate dust on my you know, cupboards or things like that. But one of the problems with dust is it's actually an air pollutant, right? Right now, we've got people struggling with allergies, and I say, take doTERRA's, try Ease. It's a game changer for allergies. But what else is in that dust and those particles that are coming into our homes that we're breathing? So back to the chemicals that are going on the lawns. You've got, you know, these chemical companies. I was by today, drove by ChemLawn or Mosquito Joe or any of those, and the guys out there hosing these chemicals onto people's lawns. Now, you all know I'm not a mask fan, but if I was spraying those chemicals on people's lawns, no gloves or anything, you just think about what that body's being absorbed, but what's going into your neighbor's home if their windows are open. So those chemical particles are going to affix themselves onto pollen or some of the other antigens or different things that are, you know, just in your atmosphere. They're going to be drawn into your own home. So we need to really think about what's flying around. And again, how are we going to detox those from our home? Which we'll talk about that in just a little bit. So fragrances, we've talked a little bit about. How about pajamas? With all the flame retardants in pajamas nowadays. So we got summer. Mary, I see you're shaking your head. Yeah. You know, we're putting all these cute little pajamas on our kids everybody's sweating. They've got these carcinogenic flame retardants on their pajamas, and we're absorbing them while we're sleeping for 8 hours. So I've been trying to find just a plain 100% cotton nightgown, not made in China. Very hard to find, you know.
So is there any way to remove that? You know, like after, like just wash it like crazy, or?
It's really embedded in the fibers of it. You have to try to find, believe it or not, 100% organic cotton. Really hard to find, Marion, but I'm on a mission. When I find it, I'll let you know. But
Okay.
and you can buy shirts with some of the paraffins and stuff in it. I had seen a couple years ago this fabulous looking shirt, and I thought, oh my gosh, I love it. And I read the label on it, and the paraffins were embedded in it. You know, that's a mosquito retardant, right? Well, isn't that great? But, however,
Isn't paraffin wax?
it's
No, this is paraffins.
Oh, paraffin.
correct. Yeah, paraffin is paraffin. Now you got me tongue twisted. Paraffin is wax. Paraffins. Yeah, it's a chemical. It's a mosquito, you know, retardant. So we have to look at that. So there was a study done on dust particles in people's homes, and over 90% of the dust particle samples were carcinogenic, endocrine and hormone disruptors, and they found that they also had reproductive toxicity. So, and that came from the American Lung Institute. I just, on my Facebook page, posted something from the Lung Cancer Society on what are the chemicals in our house and the toxics that we're doing. So I guess one thing before we start going into the positives of this, I want to talk about dust mites in our beds, okay? So each of us can have on our mattress, believe it or not, 100,000 to over 1 million dust mites in our beds. So the dust mites, it's the fecal deposits that end up on our beds, and they love fabric, okay? They feed off of our dead skin. Pet dander, if you let your pets sleep in your bed, which I do not. So that's how they get into our bed, in these mites. So when you think about 1 million, ooh, that makes me wanna clean my sheets even more often. I change my sheets weekly, but we need to change our sheets and even be washing your pillows. I don't know what people's pillows are made out of, but they get into that as well. And you gotta use hot water. And in the winter, I do use my dryer sometimes, but hanging them out, think of that good solar sun that's bleaching in the heat. So if you hang your clothes out, extra benefit, you know, but we need to wash them in hot water if we really want to kill a lot of these deposits that are in our bedding. So, what's that?
Why don't you let those cute little lambs sleep in your bed with you?
Just because I'm a mean mother, I guess.
Sorry, I just had to throw that
Oh, that's okay. My kids were very good at sneaking animals in their beds. We have many family stories about that. But eucalyptus would be a really good one to put in your wash for cleaning some of those dust mites. But make sure it's got to be with the hot water. So I wanted to talk some about healthy ways that we can, bring some of these toxins out of the house. One of them is houseplants. We know that they add oxygen to the air, they eat up carbon dioxide, but they also filter for us. So, we got to keep our lungs healthy. Right now, people have got their windows open again. Think about what I just talked about with everything coming in. Plants in your house are going to help alleviate some of that. And start to take inventory. What is in your house? We just talked about that a second ago. What is under your cupboards? If you don't know what something is, look it up. When I got that text from Miss Sarah a couple weeks ago, look it up. It's easy. If the first ingredient isn't okay, that's the one with the most of that in, and they go most to least. That will help you out. Also, for some of you, I've told you about that app that you can get on your phone that's called Think Dirty. Fabulous app. It's free. Download it on your phone. If you're in, I was in A1 Market one day, and I was looking at a 7th generation product. 7th generation supposed to be a pretty good product. Had all these toxins in it. So that app is very handy. I really encourage you to download it and have it right there with you. Then think about, again, we're talking about cleaning products. What kind of shampoo are you using in your hair? Because that's going right into your body. What kind of makeup? We talked about that. We talked about BPA free. Baking soda is a great cleaner. I know I love to put baking soda and a few drops of lemon oil, shake it up, put it on a shaker can on some of my carpets. If I have animals on that upstairs, we don't have any animals, but in my family room, let it sit there and vacuum it away. Actually, I was thinking of doing a cute little video with Joy doing that cleaning thing with the baking soda. It's an awful lot of fun. But paint, what kind of paint? Do you have paint in your cellar? If you know, keep it outside. This time of year, we don't have to worry about paint freezing. What can you get out of your house today or tomorrow to help start cleaning up your environment? And I think it's really important that we spread awareness, because I'm lucky. I only have 2 neighbors, and one of them are really organic and the other one's pretty good, but none of them are spraying, so I'm pretty blessed. But what about my water that's coming down the way? You know, so when we talk about our neighbor, if you see, I've already contacted my town. If they're going to start spraying, leave my corners of my road alone. I don't want anybody spraying over here. I'd rather wear long shirts and long sleeves and have to protect myself that way and just continue to use my Terra Shield and my bug spray than worry about what I'm going to be breathing, what I have to filter, you know? So awareness to your neighbors. Not only are you helping yourself, you're helping them, and then we're helping the world, you know? So we are going to, how many of you use the hand wipes? The On Guard hand wipes? Does anybody here use those? I'm going to get up for a second.
I do.
You do. Barbara does. So,
I do not.
okay, so these are some of my favorites, and you're going to get this recipe, right, Barbara?
Yeah. So first of all, before Marie even starts with that, there is the On Guard wipes. There's sanitizing wipes that you can purchase. Sorry. Hi. That you can purchase through On Guard. They're mainly made for your hands or to quickly sanitize something on the go. So they're really good to keep in your car, and they're in a nice package so that they won't leak through the packaging. So I have one in each person's car in my family. I think they're like $5. I don't know the exact price on the top of my head for something like, I don't know, 15 wipes or whatever, but they're good to have on hand. What I use in my home, and some of you already have made these before or have used them, are the hand sanitizer wipes, which are very simple to use, very simple to make. And that's what Marie's going to show you. She has a beautiful glass container. I actually have my neighbor gave me, or my sister gave me one of the containers from the old Clorox wipes. And that's what I use for mine. Not the Clorox wipes, but the container itself. I cleaned it out really well. All you do is you cut, in the handouts, one of the handouts that was emailed to you, it says hand sanitizer wipes. Just cut in half. If you have I have a serrated knife that I use. You can use any kind of good sharp knife, and just cut your roll of paper towels in half. You want to make sure that you're not using the dollar store brand paper towels. This is the time when you do want to buy a heavy duty paper towel, either the heavy duty Bounty. I like the Viva I actually hide those in my house. Those are used only for my wipes. Because, and that's what, you would put it in your container. And then go ahead, Marie.
So I just used my serrated knife. So this is another half that I'll just store away for another time. I mixed up 2 cups of warm water, 2 tablespoons of fractionated coconut oil, and this is my handy dandy foaming soap. That was 2 tablespoons as well. Just mix it all in a cup, okay? Or actually it was a bowl because it was 2 cups of warm water. My foaming soap, my fractionated coconut oil, On Guard. I put, how many does that? 3 drops of On Guard, but I'm a little heavy-handed to be honest. So I always add a few extra.
And 3.
And 3 drops of lemon oil, okay?
Oh.
So you have that all in your bowl.
And then did you tell them the coconut oil?
Oh yeah,
did.
2 tablespoons of, I did, the fractionated coconut oil. So actually what I didn't do, I used up my bottle the other day. I take this out too.
After
This
it's
is
wet.
the little cord that's in the inside. And then I pour everything right on top of my paper towels. Now make sure that you get a jar that has a sealed lid because you put the top on it. And after it's in, you're going to turn it upside down for 10 or 15 minutes so that it gets absorbed all the ways through, okay? These smell absolutely fabulous. And then look at how cute this is. You just take it off, tear one off, actually 2, and they are magnificent. So you can wipe with them, you can clean with them. I don't like to use any of the antibacterial kind of stuff in our house, so I try to have these on hand all the time. Easy to make, cute as a button. I made a little label here for hand sanitizing wipes. Perfect, easy peasy.
Now to add
Is
to
there
that,
a substitute for the On Guard soap?
Well, you want, in my opinion, you want the On Guard because of the antimicrobial, antibacterial, and antifungal properties. And the government studies have been done on that, so we know for anything that I would want to be cleaning or wiping, that would be my go-to. Could you use eucalyptus or lemon or any of those other ones? Absolutely.
No, I don't mean the On Guard oil.
Right,
I
for
mean
the-
On Guard soap.
the answer to your question, Marion, is you could use Castile soap.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not as good though.
Now the
Right,
wipes
but I've run
that
out of On Guard soap.
Oh,
the wipes that Marie is talking about, I also have a container of those in my bathroom, and we have the trash barrel in the bathroom, and I have them using those as bum wipes. And they are a nice bum wipe. Only I use the either the orange or the lavender as my oil instead of the lemon. The other thing that you can do is to make it a good cleaning wipe is you can also add the On Guard concentrate, and you can add that to it. And that, now you've got a nice cleaning wipe to clean down your counters, to clean down your railings, to clean down your chairs, whatever it is that you're cleaning down, okay? So you might want to make those little notes, and I'll put them in the notes when I send them out to you too, about that on the hand sanitizer wipes, the one that was emailed to you.
just remember, if you're going to use them in the bathroom, I would not recommend peppermint.
Yeah, you don't want any, or oregano, you don't want any of the hot oils. That's why I usually use lavender and orange or on them. And they get a nice clean bottom. But don't flush them down your toilet.
So,
Okay.
As we talk about that, when we think about antibacterial and just the different properties of some of the oils, antibacterial, you would think of cypress, eucalyptus, lavender, lemon, lime. Melaleuca absolutely would be one of those top ones. And Marion, if we were thinking about the oil and the hand wipes, it wouldn't smell as good to me. but Melaleuca could replace that, you know. Antiviral, we're thinking about cinnamon, eucalyptus, again, lavender, lemon, antifungal. They all kind of carry over some of those same qualities. And this handout, I believe you got in an email, so you can look through. And we all know how much I love the Modern Essential book. Remember, you can look up any of your oils. It's going to tell you all the properties and where the research came from them. So always remember to go back to your reference book, okay?
Okay. So what Marie's reading off of is your handout. It says green handout or green green and clean 1 and green and clean 2. That's just page 1, page 2. And on page 2 there are more recipes. There's more ideas of how to use your essential oils in your daily life for cleaning and for mold, for yoga mats, etc. Okay.
So it's estimated that Americans spend around $5 billion a year in cleaning products.
Probably more now with COVID.
Yeah, it could be. Oh yeah, with COVID, it's probably a lot more. But we can make so many of these that are non-toxic and much more affordable. So for fun, we're also gonna make these little toilet pods. So we have a bowl. We are going to take citric acid. I happen to get this citric acid at Your Oil Tools over in Hooksett. And that is 1/4 cup of citric acid. So I'm going to pour that in.
They do sell citric acid in the grocery stores.
Oh, do they?
But it is a lot more expensive, believe it or not, than buying a larger container.
Oh.
Yeah. Comes
So
in a small spice
1/4 cup of citric acid. And then my very big bag of baking soda, because I love baking soda. I use it in my laundry detergent, like I said, for cleaning my carpets. And that was 1 cup of baking soda. So here we go with 1 cup of baking soda. Then we are going to use Purify. I love this blend, okay? Again, you could use any smell that you like for your toilet that has the cleaning properties. But Purify, not only does it smell good, I love the ingredients of that. So there's going to be 15 drops of Purify. Or so. And then we're going to stir it up.
Where's your oil?
Oil. Oh yeah, castor oil right here. 2 tablespoons.
Mm-hmm.
How could I have forgot my castor liquid oil? 2
What
tablespoons.
does the castor oil do?
It helps bind it
Okay.
because it's going to be making little pods. Whoop. Ooh.
We need a little more baking soda.
I think, yeah. Oh, it's already bubbling. It is so cute. I love this. Okay, we're going to just stir it up. Actually, it's going to be totally fine.
Oh, good.
Look at this. Nice, okay. And then I have these molds. Just any silicone molds. I get them at our transfer station. You can get them at Savers. These, I don't even know what these
Amazon.
Oh, no. Oh,
the
yeah.
silicone cake and candy
Yeah.
molds.
And then I have these cute little flower ones. So you just take it and you put it, you fill them up. It's easy peasy. Push it down in, okay? And then, so for the sake of the video, so you just fill them all up, right? And then this is what you're going to get 4 hours later. These cute little bathroom toilet pods. And if you would like to walk with me, can we do that?
You have to bring this computer.
Oh, I'd have to bring the computer. Well, forget it. Trust me, when you drop them in the toilet, and I'll be posting a video that Joy and I did making these, it starts to bubble up straight away, and they do a nice job. Now, a few years ago at the Sandown Library, we did make these. Trisha, do you remember that? I think her camera's off. But people came upstairs in the bathroom.
I do, and I thought we filmed that too.
We could have. It was so exciting. It was the first time I had ever made them. And they totally smell delicious.
They do smell
Isn't
good.
that nice? So, you
They were
know.
somehow delicious in the toilet.
Well, see, we get the benefit of all with using our doTERRA essential oils, the goodness of it, right? So one time I was going to a wedding shower and I made all homemade ingredients. So I went and I bought a plastic container, and then I made I made the wipes, I made the laundry soap, I made these toilet pods, all different ingredients. And you know, we don't even have to wear gloves when we're cleaning because these ingredients are so pure. We're not worried about absorbing the toxins in our body. So I had found this fun little green glove the other day, and it's like, I don't even need it. You know, I was going to use it just for a visual for the class, but that's one of the things I like about this. I don't have to worry about what I'm smelling as I'm bending over cleaning something. We have a fabulous wood oil polish recipe, and you can always Google doTERRA toilet pods or doTERRA hand wipes. I mean, the company is fabulous for putting up recipes for us as well. And so I hope that you all try making some of these and enjoy them. And when I talked about sharing, share them with your neighbors, because why not, right? So, Barbara.
Yep. So, Trisha has sent you out all of the pads that we're using today. 2 of them are recipes, and so you'll have green cleaning recipe page 1 and green cleaning recipe 2. You've got the refrigerator and microwave cleanser. The only thing I want to caution you with refrigerator and microwave cleanser, I was lazy one day and I did not mix it all into a spray bottle, and I just poured it all onto my sponge. Well, the sponge put too much of the lemon at one time on my microwave, so now my enamel on the microwave is chipping a little bit because the lemon is very, very strong. So I do suggest don't be lazy like I was, and make it into a spray bottle so that Barbara, you can spray it on.
Can I just interject for a second? You just reminded me of something really important. So yes, the lemon is very strong. All of our citruses act as a degreaser, so that goof be gone stuff, you don't need it because it takes all the tags off of products that you buy. But when you're making a glass cleaner, I would not suggest, if you put lemon in it, do not use it on tinted windows in your cars. I know I've told some of you this before, or your house, because it will take the tint off. So thank you, Barbara, for reminding me about that.
And then you have the essential oil glass cleaner in the recipes, and that states to use a citrus. And once again, I actually use lavender on my glass cleaner, and it works wonderfully. So you don't have to do specifically citrus there. The lavender works great. Purify also works wonderful on that. The wood polish is there. And that you do want to make sure that you're using one of the citruses when you're doing your wood polish, because the citrus helps bring up the shine on your wood. Okay. We have the room spray, which you're all familiar with. We've made those plenty of times at the library. I believe most of you have. And those, if you're doing that recipe, is for a large bottle. I believe that's a 16-ounce bottle. So if you want to break it down, we used to, at the library, use a 2-ounce bottle. So you want to break it down. So you'd only need to put 5 of each of those oils in there. Okay. The soft scrub for the bathroom cleanser, that is amazing.
Love it.
I love that. It
me
shines
too.
my tub. I have to make some more because I've been lazy the last few weeks and haven't really scrubbed my tub like I should be. And I need to make my cleanser. Your stovetop,
Lazy or injured?
both.
Thank you, Marion.
Your stovetop cleanser
Excellent.
works wonders. Once again, I would not recommend lemon or lime if you have a black stovetop. Okay, Melaleuca is perfect, Purify is perfect, lavender is perfect. Don't forget, lavender is a disinfectant. Okay, so that's a great one. There's a whole recipe there for that.